Hi, I'm Mike, and today I introduce you to a new star of the show. Nope, it's not Ranch Hand Jeff, although he will be helping us. We've got a new bull on the ranch. His name is Max, and we're going to get our heifers ready for breeding. It's all coming up today on Our Wyoming Life. Alrighty guys, welcome back to Our Wyoming Life. My name is Mike. This is Ranch Hand Jeff, just like you heard back in the little intro thing. And we've got a new bull to introduce you to, but we've got a whole lot of other stuff to get done before we get to that point. Today marks the first day of breeding season here on the ranch, and we're gonna be breeding our heifers starting today, getting them a due date, which should be sometime in March, as long as everybody gets to work and gets doing what they're supposed to be doing. So we've got quite a few steps to get through today before we actually get the bull and the heifers together. Big date night. We got a long ways to go before we get there. So we're going to start out on the project list. We're going to take a look at what all we've got to do. This is the project list. In fact, we used to write it here on the board. We've actually expanded the project list to the point where we actually need a printout now. This is the new project list. We just hang it up right on there. But for today, we're going to be taking a look at what needs done to get the bull and the heifers together. And our first step is actually to go out and separate the heifers that we have out there. Should be pretty simple because they all have yellow tags. Yep. I'm hoping, unless somebody lost a tag, which we might run into, I'm not exactly sure. So I guess the first step is to bring our heifers in to the arrow clip, right? Yep. Does that make sense? Once we have them in, we are going to weigh them. So I'm just going to put shoot, because we're going to do a bunch of stuff. We're going to weigh them, we're going to give them a shot of multi-min, and we're going to change out their ear tags, which we kind of have a cool little system for that. And we're going to give them their RFID tag as well, so that we've got an electronic way of tracking them in case they lose their ear tags. We can still scan them, figure out who they are and what they're up to. Now these heifers will be on the ranch for their entire life. So the next 10 years, we've got to be able to keep track of who's who's having what calves, carcass weights, yearling weights, all kinds of stuff we got to keep track of. And we do that all with Cattle Max. Number 3, we're going to bring in our new bull and do basically the same thing. Oh, we're going to do pour-on too. We're going to do ivermectin for everybody so we can get rid of any mites or fleas or ticks or whatever else they might have. We're going to do the same thing for the bull when we bring him in. He arrived on the ranch yesterday?
2 days.
2 days ago. He's been here on the ranch for 2 days now. We're going to bring him in. We're going to brand him to us so that we. What's that face for?
That's going to be interesting.
We're going to brand him with Erin and I's brand, not the ranch brand, because we actually bought him and he's not part of the ranch, or he is part of the ranch, but logistics. So we're going to brand him with our brand. We are going to pour on for him. We're going to give him a shot of ivermectin. I think I'm going to leave his ear tag. He has ear tags from Missouri, from the original breeder in. We're going to leave those because there's really no point in changing those out, although I do have a plan for that you guys can't know yet, but I do have an idea. And then we're going to give him an RFID tag as well so that he's permanently attached to us and to the ranch. So then, after we've got all that done, everybody goes in a trailer. Probably not everybody, because we don't want mass pandemonium. Yeah. But we are going to load up the heifers first, probably take them down to what we call the heifer pasture, which is where the dirty deeds get done. And then once we get them all set up down there, we'll kind of try to show them where water is. And then we bring the bull down and introduce him to what's going on as well. Cool. So that is our plan. So then we're going to move cows and make whoopee. So that's my plan. Makes sense?
It does.
All right.
Makes perfect sense.
We got a busy day ahead of us, so let's get started.
You can't.
All right, so you'll notice I'm wearing a ball cap today. I'm not wearing my cowboy hat because the wind is kicking around us a little bit and I don't feel like chasing my hat around. So it's a ball cap kind of day for Jeff. Well, it's just a silver fox. Let me see the t-shirt.
Oh, I got it unbuttoned.
That's the new thing, the original silver fox. The silver fox and I are going to jump on four-wheelers and we're going to head out and see if we can't just separate off our 14 heifers that we're going to be dealing with today. We're going to try to separate them off and get them pushed into a separate pasture by themselves. So weather-wise, I'm not sure what we're in store for today. We've got a few clouds building on the horizon. We've probably got a few hours before we get any rain. I'm not really too worried about it. A little rain never did anybody any harm, but at least here. So if we do get some rain, we're just going to get wet. We might get wet anyway. Let's just bring everybody up to the lot, or at least the triangle pasture if we can, and we'll try to sort out of there. I think it'll be the quickest and easiest way to do it.
Yeah, if we can get them all on the same side of the pond now.
I'll go down, I'll push these guys across. If you go back behind Cracker Jack back there, start moving them that way. Okay. I'll bring these guys across and catch up to you.
Good enough.
Okay. Come on, y'all. And at this point, while we're moving them towards home, they're not exactly heading towards home. They're about 90 degrees off, but a little bit less than 90 degrees. We're getting them moving in the general direction. That's kind of what we're working on right now. If we can get them close by, we can work with that. So now, as you can see over here behind me, we're actually sorting as we go. Any cows and their calves that stray behind, we don't really care. They don't need to come with us. We're just worried about our heifers with the yellow tags. Hey Jeff, I'll get these guys locked in and run up and close the other gates. Do you want to really quickly drive through and just make sure we didn't miss anybody?
Yep.
Awesome. And we're continuing to sort as we go, leaving more moms behind, more calves behind, hopefully. Come on, kids. Come on, guys. That's not the way we want them to go. So we'll start over. All right, guys, we've got all of our heifers rounded up. They're now in the arrow clip. They're ready to go. And I'm going to walk you through a little bit of what we're going to be doing. Also going to show you something that we made this morning, which will hopefully make this a whole lot easier. One of the things we're going to be doing this morning is tagging each heifer and our bull with an RFID tag. These are specifically made just for our ranch. They have our premises ID number on them, and that helps us track our meat the whole way through the food chain. And if a cow happens to lose her tags for some reason, sometimes they get caught on a fence or whatever else there might be, then we can go back to that RFID tag and figure out who she is. Also, we can scan her when they come through, and it just kind of helps with record keeping as a whole. The problem is that you have to keep track of these RFID numbers, you got to keep track of tag numbers, and it can get rather confusing. This morning I sat down and actually went through with the RFID numbers and listed them all out for our cows. We've got our new tag number, we've got our old tag number, we've got our RFID number, weight, and any notes. So this made sense to do because it just kind of helps us rather than having to write all this stuff down while we're out and doing it in the arrow clip and at the chute. But I realized quickly that we still had to keep everything straight and which tags went with which RFID numbers. So then I came up with this idea. This is a board, basically, a piece of plywood, and on this piece of plywood are nails. These nails hold the tags, and they also are pretty handy for holding the RFID tag, which is just a little button tag that we're going to put in, but they snap right onto the heads of these nails. So now we know which RFID tag goes with which number. They just go just like this. Very simple. We also put on a couple of bins. These bins will actually hold our tag backs and kind of keep things a little bit straight for us there. We've got our tagging guns. Also today we're going to be giving these guys a vaccine, and it's not really a vaccine, but it's a vitamin shot. This is Multi-Min. This is it in our multi-use syringe here. Here is the box that it comes in. Multi-Min is actually comes from Fort Collins, Colorado, and we've been using it for the last couple of years. Contains zinc, magnesium, selenium, and copper, along with a couple other vitamins here and there that the cows need and they may not get directly. This actually does help them while they're in the field. They do have lick barrels, they've got salt, they've got mineral blocks, but this definitely gets them up and where they need to be as far as vitamins go. We're also going to be ivermecting the cows. This is a Vectometric Poron, which is basically ivermectin topical solution. We're going to be putting it on the cows, and it kills a bunch of different things, including roundworm, lungworm, grubs, lice, mites, all kinds of stuff that can affect these cows. So we're going to be doing that as well. We're also going to be branding our bull. So we've got one other thing that we're going to take out just for him. This is screw worm spray. We actually use it after we brand our bull, and we'll actually spray this into the wound. Kills flies, maggots, all kinds of stuff. Kills screw worms, anything that could get in there that we don't want in that wound that would love to be there. So this will get sprayed on his wound, and then we'll keep that wound clean as it heals, and he gets his brand and becomes a part of the ranch. So all this stuff we actually have to haul out to the chute and get set up. I really like having everything at hand when we start doing this. The last thing you want to do is be running back and forth, although it will happen, but you don't want to be running back and forth trying to grab stuff, especially when you've got an angry cow in the chute or something like that. You're much better off to just have all your stuff here and ready to go. All right, there we go. We are all set. Now it's time to work our heifers. These guys are actually next year's first-time moms. It's a big day for them, though. It's like prom, for some reason. Come on, let's go.
Come on. Go on. Get up there.
Come on, ding-dongs. There you go. Head on up. Let's go. Come on.
Get up there. Move up. Move up. Not backwards. There you go.
A little bit farther. There we go. All right. Number 1. First of all, gets the ivermectin, which is just a pour on. Gets rid of the flies, all this stuff. Oh, it's number 10. Come on in, number 10. Come on.
Come on.
There we go. All right. So number 10 is going to become number 21. We write down her weight, which is 830. And we grab number 21. Now, come on, kiddo. There we go. And our neck lock there. What'd I say, 21?
I believe so.
All right, so even the best of us sometimes have a lapse in memory. I didn't realize that I already tagged these guys with an RFID tag. So if you look here in the ear, and right back in here, there is her RFID tag. So she already has an RFID number, which means I really don't have to give her one, which means I probably didn't need to build that board. But it's still a good idea, and can be kind of handy. So if you want to steal the idea, you're totally fine. So Jeff, I went through all this with the RFID tags and I forgot we already had RFID numbers for these guys. They're already set with tags. So all we have to do is replace these tags. But this was a good idea.
It is a very good idea.
Thank you.
Very, very good idea.
Okay, so all we got to do is just cut out our old tags, pop in new ones, super simple. They actually already have a piercing, so we don't even have to even really mess around with it. Goes right in the same hole. No pain, no nothing.
Did you give her a shot already?
Yep. Hold on a second. Let me get this other tag in. We're putting 2 tags in each cow so that if they do lose their tags, we're okay. Here, girly. No. Hey, stop. Stop it. You're a little snorty. You don't want me to mess around on this side, huh? There you go. And now we can give it a shot here. This is already set up for 4 milliliters. So just straight into the neck there, and you're gonna be good. So you're gonna have to take the cap off though.
Oh, yeah, I can't get to her neck either. I'm way back on her shoulder here.
We can come up here.
And this is a pinch. It's under skin, right?
Yeah, so you just go in like at an angle.
Go this way and just in and push.
There you go. You're all set. Now we let her out. And there she goes. All right, next. All right, now we got a bit of a mystery here because this one does not have a tag, but luckily she has an RFID tag. So we can try to figure out who she is based on that tag number, which we can look at here. And the last 4 is 538, 327, 538. So if we go into Cattle Max and we search for, let's see, I forgot the number already.
538.
327, 538. 327, 538. Search. Hello. There she is. She's number 20. So now we know who she was. and she's going to be number 24. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bring in that crazy little one. She's hot. Heifers. We are actually going to take these girls down to the pasture, drop them off, and then we'll be back and we'll introduce you to our new friend, Max. Alrighty guys, here we are down here at the heifer pasture. This is where these guys will spend the next few months during breeding season up until about the beginning of September. Maybe a little bit, maybe actually it might be the end of July. We'll see. But we are, or August. July, August, September. Yeah, I had to think about that. So August in some point, probably. So we're gonna let these guys out here. Now, one of the nice things that we've done for these guys is that there's a pond right back down here. So as soon as they come off the trailer, they'll see water. They've got plenty of food, and they should be happy little campers. Hey kids, come on out. That little one is bouncy. And that's about it. We'll close up. We're gonna leave these girls down here for a few minutes while we head back and introduce you to our new friend, Max. Jeff, you're with me. Let's go meet Rattle Paddle. We could probably use those because while he seems to be pretty mellow, you know, with bulls, you never know. So we are gonna be on our guard here as we bring our bull in to the chute. But for right now, it's my pleasure to introduce you to the newest bull on the ranch. His name is Max. Max is about a little bit over a year old, and this will be his first encounter with the heifers of the species. Jeff, what do you know about EPDs?
Not a thing.
Well, it took me a little while to learn too, but we did get him tested genetically and through his lineage. So the average birth weight of an Angus bull is about 72 pounds. His birth weight was 75 pounds. So hopefully he will give us a little bit smaller calves from these heifers. The other interesting thing is we talk about weaning weights and yearling weights. So weaning weight is the weight that he was when he was weaned, and he was 54 pounds over the average for his species. So that's good. He'll pass along that lineage. I think he has like an 85% chance of passing that along. Then when it comes to yearling weight, which is his weight at a year old, he was actually 95 pounds heavier than the average and has a 90% chance of passing that along. So according to the bloodlines and all the paperwork, Max here is a pretty good bull. So he seems to be doing pretty good so far. He's working his way Well, he was working his way up into the chutes. Come on, Max. He doesn't know his name yet. Come on, buddy. There you go.
We need to up the dose.
Yeah, so it's gonna go up to 60 at least. I don't know what he weighs, but it ain't gonna hurt. Come on up, buddy. Max weighs 1,280 pounds. And close. There you go. Just like with the cows, we're gonna lock him down like that. We are gonna give him an injection of multi-min. Didn't like that. We are gonna give him his RFID tag. 335, that's it. You ready for this, buddy? I know, you're kind of a little cranky. All right, there we go. Now he's got his RFID tag. He still has his tag from his original breeder, but that's okay. Hey, stick your head in a little bit, buddy. Come in just a little bit. So the one thing we have to do for him here is actually brand him. Our brand is located on the left rib, so we're gonna go right there with it.
That's controlled by the state, right? They
Correct,
determine
yeah.
where it goes.
Yep, placement and your brands are all registered with the state. So once we brand him, then he's officially ours, and we can do whatever we want to with him. So that's all it takes.
Cool.
You ready, bud? You're okay, you're okay. Erin and my brand is actually a 3/diamond or a lazy W/diamond, depending on how you want to look at it. This is the spray I was telling you about earlier. We're just going to put that all inside there. And obviously, didn't bother him too much. I think it was more of an annoyance than anything. Jeff, do we have anything left to do? You want to give him a hug or anything?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
I'm
All
good.
right. All right, so now all we have to do is get him out of here and then put him on the trailer. Come on, big guy.
Ha.
Woo!
Sure, I'm glad that tub door was there.
Yeah, I think that would have hurt a little bit.
That would have hurt more than a little.
All right. Now we take one more trip down to the Love Shack. My camera is almost dead, so we're gonna do this really quick. We've got Max down here now in the heifer pasture with the heifers. There's some of them right there. The other ones are actually right over on this side. We're gonna get Max out of here so that he can get to work. All right, buddy. Here come your girls. Come on, Max. There you go. Max now heading out to work. Jeff is actually out checking a fence to get that done and make sure it's all complete and we don't have any fence problems in this new pasture. But it looks like somebody's about ready to make friends. Max is now down here with the girls. He'll spend the next couple months with these guys and hopefully getting the job done. We do have some assurance that he does have the capability, and that's because we had a semen test done on him where he ended up at about the 95th percentile. So very good news, especially for these heifers, for the ranch, and for everybody involved, that hopefully next year we'll have an easier calving season with smaller calves and some good bloodlines as well. So that's pretty much it for today anyway. We've got a whole lot more coming from the ranch. Breeding season obviously starts for the cows here in about a month. We also have haying on the way and a whole lot more. So make sure you subscribe, follow along as we explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary right here on Our Wyoming Life.